Complex music is about to make the game crash out on Kendrick.
Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Complex is back at it once again, you guys. Can we have somebody actually go into Complex building just to investigate to make sure these guys are not bots? Every single year, these guys drop one of these bullshit lists just to go viral. We have to start publicly shaming some of these journalists. These guys come up with a list every single year just to get people angry and rage bait. I promise you guys.
Oh, see, I didn't pay attention to their list. So Complex got a list that they come out with. I didn't know that.
Now, I'm not going to go through the entire list, but I picked out the ones I thought was very interesting. Now, coming in at number 50, you guys want to know who Complex chose as the top 50 rapper in LA? Blueface. That's right. This is who Complex thinks is a top 50 rapper in LA based off of his skill as a hip-hop artist, you guys. Now, this one was very shameful. Number 46 is Crooked I. Yes, one of the top lyricists in the game. That's who these guys
Crooked I, 46. What?
wanted to put at number 46. Number 26, Doja Cat. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the hip-hop artist Doja Cat. That was definitely sarcasm, by the way. Number 25, you guys, Tyga. Listen, I rock with Tyga, and I know. Number 9, Eazy-E. Number 8, Be Real. Number 7 is Ice-T. Number 6, DJ Quick. Number 5 is Tyler. Number 4 is Dr. Dre. Number 3, Ice Cube. Number 2 is Snoop Dogg. And I'm sure most of you guys can.
Hold on. Dr. Dre can't rap better than the game.
Now, after seeing this list, the game was pissed off. The game has always considered himself to be a top MC in the West Coast. Yes, number 1. Or at the very least, top 3. So obviously with Complex putting him at number 11, you guys already know the game was going to feel disrespected. And rightfully so. The game called out Complex and told him, yo, Complex, you guys are smoking that good dope. Game at 11 is nasty work. I'll bust that whole list ass. This is all the motivation I needed to finish documentary 3. Y'all got Game fucked up. Now, let's be honest here. Game is only pissed off because Kendrick Lamar was crowned number 1. Everybody else...
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, Complex is playing they playing some funny business, gang. I'm just going to be honest. And I got a video coming about their whole list. They did a top 50 LA rappers list. And I want to talk about that whole list. I will be doing that either today or tomorrow. But one of the things that happened on this list that made a lot of people upset, and the main person that made upset was the game. The game saw this list from Complex, and I don't know why Game is still getting triggered. I think Game got triggered at the last. I think Game gets triggered at every Complex list. I'm just going to be honest. I think every time they've dropped the list, Game has got triggered. But apparently Game got triggered on this list because, first of all, he said Game at number 11 is wild. I can actually say he got a point. But at the end of the day, the person that number 1 was Kendrick Lamar. Game snapped out, said, Complex, y'all on some dope. He said, I'll eat everybody on this list. Everybody on this list, I'll eat them. So to Game, what you supposed to say, is this the control verse? Game, he like, listen, I want it murder y'all niggas. So Game is about to snap out. He put the laughing emoji, but you know he ain't laughing. He wouldn't have wrote this if it was ha ha he, right? Ha ha Davis. No, Game is like, listen, I'm gonna eat every MC on there, including old boy. But that's how he supposed to think. But you saw Game try to dip his toe in the battle. This and that. Game is always ready to dip his toe in. But the list does have some questionable entries on there. Let's just be honest. I think they got Blueface at number 50. I'm like, what? They got Doja Cat in there. They got Tyga in there. I don't know how you feel about Tiger, but I don't know if Tiger should be. I think Tiger's inside the 30s. Like, gang, like, what? They do got some notable legends. I know somebody, an old head had to be in that room because they got Razzcast, they got Ice-T, they got Ice Cube, Snoop is number 2, DJ Quick is in the top 10. So they got they had an old head in the room. I'm gonna give them that. And they got a bunch of underground cats that they got who else they had on there? They had Crooked I. So they had an old head in the room. Now, again, this Doja Cat stuff, y'all gotta stop this. It's getting crazy. But I don't know how they had the criteria there. Like I said, I'm gonna read the whole list, but I feel like Game deserves better treatment. And I know Game does these wacky antics and he pisses people off. He got a whole 5-minute diss against Eminem and all this weird stuff. He hate Dr. Dre, he love him, he hate him, He ignoring Jimmy Iovine at the basketball game. Game does all this stuff, right? It's all over the place. But at the same time, Game is the reason the West Coast came back. Remember at one point, so the West Coast had rap in the chokehold, but Biggie and them somehow wrestled it back, and then the East Coast and then the Atlanta took it. Once the South got it, it was over. But the Game was responsible. The Game, and let's be honest, the Game with 50 Cent came in, stomped in and wrestled it just for a minute. For a time it was good because Game came back, put the West Coast back on the map. A lot of dudes was eating off Game. Game was doing multi-platinum. He was a big deal. In with 50 Cent's help, we got to say that's an asterisk. But end of the day, he was holding the West Coast down. Now nobody's bigger than Snoop. There is an argument to be made that Kendrick should not be number one, and I'm a Kendrick head. As soon as I heard, I said it makes sense to me. But as I started thinking about it, it can't be just that simple. We got Snoop out here, we got freaking Ice Cube out here, gang. We got we got to have a conversation. And I think Dr. Dre was in the top 10. Now, depending on how you feel about rappers that don't write. So Dr. Dre doesn't write. Dr. Dre is a superb rapper artist. He's a superb rap artist because he just takes what you write and will make you. He has the voice for it. He knows how to project himself. So Dr. Dre does deserve to be on that list. You got Eazy-E on there. Eazy-E, I think he number 8, 9, something like. So you got Eazy-E in your top 10. He ain't write a fucking bar. Eazy-E never wrote one word. So then you got to put Dr. Dre in, and now you got it's getting messy now. You know what I'm saying? So depending on what the criteria is if they writing, if they not writing, it changes things. It changes things. Now, if you're just gonna say big personalities did a splash from LA, held LA down, then you got to say Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Even Yo-Yo's on there, and I don't think Yo-Yo wrote, right? I think Yo-Yo's in. I think Yo-Yo might be the only female on it. I got to check the list, but one female out of Cali is crazy. There's a bunch of females out of LA that they could have put on there. And I think and I do not count Doja Cat by no stretch of the imagination. Stop playing with me. We're not doing that. Just get out of here with that nonsense. No. Absolutely not. We're not accepting no Doja Cat. So I don't count her on the list at all. Complex is a trigger warning. They do this thing. They do these lists as their bait, their rage bait, right? Rage bait, and they know it's gonna get. It's just like who else does that? I think Billboard does these weird lists too, and maybe Rolling Stone. So it's like all of these lists they throw a couple good names in there that you can't dispute, but Game is really about to crash out. I think Game been waiting to crash out, but I think there's a real thin line, especially them LA politics, that it goes beyond rap. I think that's the only reason, one of the main reasons Game has not crashed out, because that thing goes beyond rap with them, right? With Game and Kendrick and LA. I don't think it's going to be that simple to come back if Game crash out or Kendrick. It's not going to be so simple to put that genie back in the bottle. Right, because Game is he unruly and he you can't control him. So he would have already done that, but he has nothing. He's trying to say good, even when he didn't go to the pop out. Kendrick don't need me there. Dude, look, he does need you there. You're the West. Maybe he didn't invite you to just say that, but you can't have a LA pop out and the Game not there. That means you either weren't invited or you chose to not attend in regards to your relationship to Drake, which is what it looked like to most people. So Game is really been on the fringe of crashing out, but something is stopping him. But if you keep pushing him, Complex, this dude gonna full on just crash out. He gonna write a rhyme for every. He gonna write he's gonna have 199 bars. This gonna be about every rapper. He gonna diss Ice-T, everybody. Everybody on the list gonna get bang bang. He gonna go all the way down to get the number one. The last 7 bars gonna be about Kendrick. So I see a crash out coming. If they leave this man alone, man. He earned this. I don't think he's not number one, but arguably Game at this point is higher than a lot of them people they put in front of him. Just gonna be honest. And I know people love DJ Quick, right? And I'm not knocking nothing from DJ Quick, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say Game got a bigger impact than Quick. And I'm not discrediting. I was there when Quick was coming up. He got a bigger impact than Quick. He got a bigger impact than MC8, and I love some MC8. You know what I'm saying? So I love a lot of West Coast lists. You really can't tell me a lot about West Coast music. And I told you I'm gonna do that list. There's only a couple of these dudes I really don't listen to, like O3, Guido, and all Guido, whatever his name is. I don't listen to that. I don't know his music, but it's only a few people on that list that you're gonna say, Challz, you're not gonna stump me, right? I listen to evidence, like I'm listen. I know my West Coast, so I'm gonna do that West Coast list later. But as a hip hop head, I'm on the East Coast, but I listen to a lot of West Coast. Game deserves to be literally higher, and I would make a case for Game to be in that top 5. I'm just going to be honest. I will make a case for Game to be in that top 5. I don't feel like there's really no, like, some of these people that's ahead of him is questionable, right? Game is you're saying rapper, Game is a better rapper than Eazy-E. Eazy-E is a pioneer. He made some of the biggest records in the history of hip-hop. But Eazy-E is not a better rapper than the Game, right? Let's just be honest. We're not going to do that. We're not going to go crazy and be like, Eazy-E can rap better than the Game. No. Eazy make really great records with the help of Ice Cube writing, MC Ren writing, and Dr. Dre writing. As a matter of fact, Eazy-E, some of Eazy-E best lyrical performances was after Ice Cube left the group, right? Niggas for Life and 100 Miles of Running. Eazy-E best lyrical performances when Cube was gone. So don't get it messed up that I don't mess with Eazy-E. Eazy-E killing the Game at one point. But at the same time, Game is more consistent. Game writes his own verses. And Game makes an impact for the West Coast every time he comes out. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. Listen, I don't know if Game, I'm not going to see him be like on some clickbait. Game hates Kendrick. No, 50 Cent got a problem with Kendrick, and a couple other people got a problem with Kendrick. I don't think Game outright hates Kendrick, but I think Game is like he got a little brother or middle child syndrome. Like, he feel like the big brother always get all the, always talk about him. I think as a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say big brother. I think little brother. I think Game got a big brother complex where the little brother is looked at with all this accolades and we revere him. And he's like, what about me? I was here 10 years before you heard of this nigga. I put this dude on tour. Like, I guess all this little stuff he did for him. So it's like, what about me? I think it's a kind of a sibling rivalry, right? And that's what I feel like. So I don't think he hates him. I think he loves what he does, and he loves him for who he is, but he still wants to be in that spot. And I don't know if you call that jealousy or not, but it's like a rivalry. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know what you think, man. I think that he got a right to be upset, and he got the laughing emojis, but it's just a matter of time before them laughing emojis, that frown turned upside down. All right? CLBMG, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night we go live talking about urban politics, hip-hop, all the things of that nature on the What Show, right on this channel and 8 other social media networks. Let me know, man. Tap in. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.